Royals baseball comes to you from Arlington, Texas. Last night the Royals pitched well. They scored 8 runs. They played excellent defense and took game 1 8-2. Hi everyone, welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. Danny Duffy was excellent last night, but we begin with Salvador Perez. And I remember when we heard he tore his knee right before opening day, you're thinking, gosh, does he need surgery? How long is he going to be out? And when he gets back, how long will it take him to get back to midseason form? And it's, as we look at our Kubota power stats, it's easy to forget that he was hurt in the first place.
So productive. What a punch in the gut that was, though, looking back. Thankfully, that's over. But everybody knows what Salvador brings, especially opposing pitchers. Look what he's slugging, 6'11". Go-ahead RBI on this road trip. It's been really fun to see Salvi and his strength, what he's doing in the power numbers, how he's carrying the team. But what I like the most about Salvi, and you ask his teammates, the energy. Look at the fun. Look at the passion. That's what this young man brings. It's fun to watch on a nightly basis.
He drove in 4 of the 8 runs last night. The Royals put an end to an 8-game losing streak here last night. And now tonight, they go for a 4-game winning streak. Missouri Lottery. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Ford, going further so you can. A little cooler than what was first forecast, thanks to some thunderstorms in the area. So 85 degrees. It is Star Wars weekend at Globe Life Park. Tomorrow it's going to be 97. A week from tomorrow it's going to be 107 here. So the Royals will get out of town just in time. Eric Skoglund will be making his 9th start of the season. And we're going up against former Royal Mike Minor. And here's Ned Yost's lineup. Alex Gordon is out for a 2nd straight game with that sore left hip. So Abraham Almonte will be in the lineup. He'll be in center field. Ramon Torres will be at 2nd base. He had a big night last night with 3 runs scored. Jorge Soler will be the designated hitter. Waiting for the Rangers to take the field, so we'll take a look at our umpiring crew for tonight. The crew chief, Jeff Kellogg, will be behind the plate with Marvin Hudson at first base, Chad Whitson at 2nd, and Quinn Wilcott will be at 3rd. Royals are riding their first 3-game winning streak of the year, thanks in part to Danny Duffy's pitching last night, giving up just 1 run in 7 2/3 innings, throwing 113 pitches. So he can sit back and relax and cheer on Eric Skoglund as the Rangers take the field. The Royals have won 4 of their last 7 games. The Rangers have lost 8 of their last 12. So here's Mike Minor, who did a nice job for the Royals in the bullpen last year, but the Texas Rangers signed him as a starting pitcher.
Yep, and good for him. He worked hard to recover from his shoulder problems, and now he's being taken care of. Now, that ERA, that's not been taken care of. The Royals need to capitalize on that. He doesn't have the same fastball. When he came out of the pen, he was throwing 95, 96, but now he's back to around averaging 90, 92, 93. But he's got a slider change and curve. He's going to mix them all in. But watch the fastball. Jump on it. Look for heaters early. Rangers on defense today. Gallo is shown that not only can he play first base, he can play 3rd, he can play left field. He's a valuable commodity. DeShields, good speed, hoping he didn't miss the ball like he did last night. Mazzara, he's a nice talent playing every game. He's a stud. Guzman, Odor at 2nd, Profar, shortstop, good-looking kid's been around the league for a while. And
go ahead.
Falea, no, it's Falea. Falefa.
Minor Falefa.
Falefa. He's a good-looking 3rd baseman.
Are we live, by the way? Do you want to do that one again?
I would like to try that, folks. Can we do that again? So sorry.
So from one of the more difficult names to maybe the easiest in the major leagues, John Jay. Keeps it nice and simple.
That's my kind of player.
John last night was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Also helped set up a 2-run inning with a sacrifice bunt last night. He is hitting .352 in the month of May. And Mike Minor's fastball at 93 is in for a strike.
Yep, and very respectable job against left-handed pitchers this year. .275. He's in a nice groove, both offensively and defensively. Playing good baseball.
Off the end of the bat. Profar goes out, and it's into left center field. John Jay opens the game with a single. And that is his 33rd hit this month.
Just raking. Look, and that's what he's doing. He's not trying to pull the ball. He knows exactly who he is. Matter of fact, we know he hadn't hit a home run in a while. 407 at bats. He don't care about that. Just get on base. That homer will come, but he keeps using the opposite field. That's what the Royals want. 7-gamer working.
Fastball strike on Whit Merrifield. He was on base 3 times last night with a walk, an infield single, and a double. He drove in 2 of the 8 runs. Played in center field last night after the Alex Gordon late scratch, and he is in right field tonight.
Had a chance to talk to him today about the field conditions here, the beautiful grass. We talked about it a little bit last night, and I asked him if the ball was snaking on the ground in center field, and he said no, it was pretty straight. He thinks that DeShields, and I didn't have a chance to talk to DeShields, he thinks he just whiffed it, missed it. But Whitley talked about the speed of the infield. The infield grass so thin. I mean, it's like a thin Bermuda. Very fast. Hitters like it because the ball gets through for base hits.
A little bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Our Toyota League leaders for tonight, only Chris Bryant of the Cubs has a higher batting average against left-hand pitching this year. And Witt's slugging percentage against lefties is well over 700. 2-2.
He's waiting up the fastball. Minor, he's giving it, but not where he wants it. And Witt's 4 home runs this year have come off a lefty, so that's why the slugging's so high. He's waiting him out.
Hit well to left field, hooking, and foul. Hit that ball so high that it went over the foul pole.
Upper Tortuga, man. Look at that. Now he just couldn't keep that his bottom hand inside of it so it wouldn't hook, but it did hook. Off the facade of the deck. Pretty good swing. Too bad. Skoglund would have liked that. But they're not done. There's nobody out. Still a chance to jump on one here. After that heater, probably not getting one here. Let's see. Breaking ball by.
Did he get a piece? He did not. So Merrifield strikes out, 1 down.
Good pitch, huh? Shock value was good there. High fastball. That heater. I had a little bit of movement in, maybe a little bit of cutting action.
So Mike Moustakas with 1 on, 1 out. He had a 1st inning double last night. Also on when he was hit by a pitch. It has been 57 at-bats since Mike Moustakas' last home run. 1-1. He covers 15 games and takes us back to Baltimore.
He hits one, he'll go on a little roll. He'll go on a little tear. He'll catch up.
And there it is. Way back to right field, and the Royals lead 2-0 in the first inning.
And I hear moose calls in Texas. Well, Merrifield's went foul, Moose's didn't. That ball was tagged. Oh, watch this. Minor, that looked like it. Did a little breaking, but looked like a little slider that just stayed in the middle. Good swing. Short, compact. Moose chewing his gum in the middle of the swing. That takes skills. Watch him go on a roll now.
So number 11 for him, and the Royals have another 2-run inning. Salvador Perez takes down and in. The Royals scored 2 in the second, 2 in the fifth, 2 in the seventh, and 2 in the eighth last night. And now they have 2 in the first inning tonight. And the early innings have been good to the Royals. The Royals are among the major league leaders scoring runs in the first inning, and the Rangers are among the worst in the major leagues in allowing runs in the early innings. So they've been playing from behind all season long.
And they only have 5 come from behind wins this year, and that's low in the league.
Three and one. 3 and 23 this year when the opponent scores first. Ouch.
Hope that stays true, because the Royals are on a roll. They're looking good.
Salvi last night drove in half of the Royals' runs. He had a 2-run single with 2 outs in the fifth, and then a 2-run single in the seventh. Ball will land back in the crowd. 3 and 2.
All right, let's check it out. We already got the StatCast on it. Here we go. Exit velo 107.8. He tagged it. Ball was still going up when it left the yard. Excellent swing. Salvi, 2 of his 8 home runs have come off lefties. Let's see if he can get a mistake.
Salvi's on the best home run and RBI pace of his career. He has driven in 26 in 30 games. There's the home run pace. Pulled on the ground to third. Falefa gets a nice big hop. 2 down. And now Jorge Soler, who's the DH tonight. He was 0 for 5 last night with 3 strikeouts. And is seeing almost exclusively sliders and curveballs, especially from right-hand pitching.
Going to have to be patient and be a little bit more selective and look for the one up in the zone. That's what he's got to look for. He's swinging at their pitches, and he's missing his.
That is 3 for his last 35. Back through the middle. Second baseman Odor was behind second base, so he throws out Soler, and that ends the inning. The Royals have their 5th 2-run inning of the series. Tonight, it comes in the first on a Mike Moustakas home run. Home run, he hits a 2-run shot and gives Eric Skoglund a couple of runs to work with. Here's a lineup that Skoglund will face tonight. Jurickson Profar is in the lineup. So is Ronald Guzman. He'll bat 9th. They were not in the starting lineup last night. And the Rangers produced just 2 runs, 5 hits against Duffy and Tim Hill, and now they'll see Eric Skoglund for the first time.
Yeah, well, it's going to help him. They've got 5 left-handers in their lineup, and that's pretty good for him, especially since he's done so well. Fastball, curveball, changeup. He's been improving on all 3 pitches as he goes along. Each start, it seems like he's showing more promise, more and more promise, and especially his mound presence and his confidence, tempo, everything. It's amazing how quickly you mature in this game.
1-1 on Delino to Shields. He scored one of the Rangers 2 runs last night. The Rangers did not score a run until the 8th inning. In fact, they had no runs on 2 hits in the first 7 innings against Danny Duffy, and then got 1 in the 8th, charged to Duffy, and then 1 in the 9th against Tim Hill. Two and 2.
Had a nice conversation with Salvi today about lefty Duffy last night and Skoglund. Ooh, nice. Just challenged him right down the middle. Salvi was talking about the importance of burying the breaking ball and not backlegging it necessarily, but just down low. He wants him to finish it down low with a downward appearance. That was his last Sunday's loss to the Yankees. Pretty good job. He held his own. I mean, you know what? Those are some pretty big hitters, but at least he got his feet wet against the best team in baseball offensively. 6 earnings, not exactly a day he would probably say was good, but I thought it was good that he got to see some of those guys.
One and one on Shin-Soo Choo. Skoglund started that game against the Yankees with 3 scoreless innings, and he was on the attack, throwing his fastball. He was challenging the Yankees inside, and he was on his way. And then the Yankees scored 3 in the 4th. And 3 more in the 5th, so it was almost like 2 different starts for him, but he only threw 5 changeups. So he started with his fastball early, and he stuck with his fastball, similar to what we saw Danny Duffy do last night against Texas. Now Shin-Soo Choo hits it into right center field and into the Rangers bullpen. A line drive home run, number 7 for Choo, and it's a 2-1 game.
That's Choo's first home run off a left-handed pitcher. Right down the middle, 92, and he met it. I mean, you can't square it up any better. Perfect swing, line shot, like you said. 7th on the year.
And now upstairs to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. 1 out of 3 last night with a double late in the game. Whit Merrifield's out in right field tonight, and he'll bring it down for the 2nd out.
All right, just getting ready to tell you who's out there on defense for the Royals. And we'll show you. Sponsored by Ford. Around the horn, Merrifield in right, Almonte getting a center field shot, Jay in left. Doesn't matter where you put Jay, he'll make the play for you. Moose Escobar Torres, how about him? He's getting that shot. Conejo, he's getting that shot. That's his nickname, by the way. It means bunny. Dozier's at first base again.
This is Nomar Mazara. Skoglund misses outside. Mazara was 0 for 3 last night, and he's a struggling hitter at the moment. 269 overall, but over the last 2 weeks he is hitting 174. And if he were Chewbacca, that's what he would look like.
Needs a haircut. Mazara got respectable numbers, especially powerful against left-handers this year. 262 with 4 home runs. And the Rangers lineup just 229 average against left-handed pitchers. But Mazara's done a good job of keeping his front side in, keeping it closed.
Torres on a pretty easy play. Lost the transfer from glove to throwing hand, and Mazara's on with 2 outs.
Say, sees the ball all the way into his glove, and then he just couldn't get the grip on the ball. Had it. Watch him. See how he looks it in. That's good. Lost the hand.
So the inning continues to Jurickson Profar, switch hitting shortstop, who did not play last night. Coming off a very good series against the Yankees. The Rangers took 2 out of 3 here against New York prior to the Royals' arrival, and he had 6 RBIs in that 3-game series. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yankees took 2 out of 3 from the Royals at Kauffman Stadium, and that was their 8th consecutive winning series. And then that was stopped here in Arlington. Big rip. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's interesting looking at Skoglund and breaking down his numbers. I mean, he's all over the place in different categories. One area where he's had some problems this year has been getting the 3rd out. He's had some trouble with 2 outs. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. And I brought this up before, and I've heard this so many times, that one of the toughest parts of the major league level for a pitcher when they get here is, compared to the minor leagues, getting the 3rd strike and the 3rd out. Swung on a miss, got him with a fastball up. Skoglund strikes out 2. Chu hits a home run. It is 2-1. Dozier will lead off the 2nd. And we remind you, if the Royals hit a triple in tonight's game, the Kansas City Honda dealers will make a $1,000 donation to the KC Urban Youth Academy. Mike Minor got in on Dozier, and Falefa comes down from 3rd. 1 pitch and 1 out for Mike Minor. And now Cetus Escobar. Esky was 1 for 4 with a run scored last night, and has 5 hits over his last 3 games. And tips his helmet to his former teammate.
I had a chance to talk to Mike Minor about facing the Royals. And I said, have you ever faced any of your former teammates? And he goes, no, I never had the chance to face the Braves. So this will be the first time. I said, well, will there be any nerves or any? He goes, nah, you know what? He goes, I had a couple of seasons, just one with them last season. But the other year was rehabbing. 2 years, really, 15 and 16. But he talked about how grateful he was to get a 2-year contract from Dayton Moore, and that they helped him get through his surgery. They were fantastic, the training staff, how they helped him. And then he was grateful to finish the year strong in the bullpen. He said he had options and opportunities in the offseason, being a free agent, that said he was very blessed.
That's a swing, and Minor strikes out his 2nd.
The Royals and Price Chopper are excited to announce the return of the Grand Slam 4-pack. Perfect for your family. This ticket package includes 4 seats in the view reserved section, plus 4 Royals caps, all for just $44. Head to your local Price Chopper and purchase this exclusive deal, good for most Sunday through Thursday home games.
Ball 1 on Almonte. He is in center field tonight. Royals actually signed Mike Minor to be a starter, but then that first year, as you were talking about, HUD, just didn't quite bounce back as quickly as they had hoped. So he spent 2016 rehabbing at AA and in AAA. And then last year just decided it was best for him and the team to pitch out of the bullpen. He gives up 2 in the first and has a 1-2-3 second inning. In the first, Shin-Soo Choo homered for Texas in the bottom of the first. Eric Skogman also struck out 2 in that first inning. We'll get a couple more left-hand batters here in the bottom of the second inning, beginning with Joey Gallo and his 14 home runs.
Four of those 14 off lefties. Be careful, keep it down.
Down and away for ball 1. Gallo last night was 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored late. He leads the major leagues in strikeouts. And that is ripped to right field. Foul.
He gets some incredible extension with those long arms, long legs. He's just a big time power hitter. Hooked it. A little bit too much top end, fortunately. Heads up over there.
And now a pop-up to the left side. Moustakas wants it, and he's got it. 1 down in the second inning, and we go downstairs and check in with Joel.
All right, guys, some progress on Alex Gordon. He's still sitting out, but available if needed in emergency. More precaution. It's really not about the neck anymore, more about that sore hip, which he re-aggravated with that incredible Superman catch in St. Louis the other day. And the labrum's been torn. That's not going to go away and repair itself, as head trainer Nick Kenny told me. But he irritated it by landing on it. And the timing, too, hasn't been great, because both times that he irritated it, one was on a getaway day in Cleveland, the other on the getaway day in St. Louis. So then you're hopping on a plane at that altitude, and that's not helping either. He could get in there if needed tonight, but really right now, even though he's much better today, the goal... Ooh, that one right by us there. Fan gets that ball. The goal right now, guys, is not to get him back for 1 day and then go backwards again. The goal is to get him back for multiple days, but they are very happy with the progress of Alex Gordon.
1-1 on Robinson Chirinos. 2 balls and 1 strike. Alex had surgery on his other hip because of a torn labrum. And at this point, they really don't know if he's going to need surgery on his left hip. He's already been on the disabled list because of his left hip.
Now you can see the brunt of that fall was on that right hip. That was quite a catch. That ball was hooking towards the line, and he played it perfectly, like he always does.
Still 2-2. Chirinos is another big strikeout candidate. He has 62. And the highest strikeout rate in the major leagues. He doesn't have as many at-bats as Joey Gallo does. Very high to shallow left field. And John Jay inside the line takes care of Chirinos. 2 down. And now another left-hand batter, Rougned Odor.
5 left-handers in Bannister's lineup. Good for Skogie. 174 average against lefties, just a couple of homers allowed now, including that home run that Chu hit.
Rougned Odor at 177. Coming off a hamstring injury. He was out for a month with a bad left hamstring and has struggled to hit his stride since coming back.
It's a long time missed, especially early in the season, trying to get some form, a little rhythm.
That is a fair ball, and it goes all the way down into the corner. Odor looks at his third base coach Tony Beasley, who puts his hands in the air and says hold with a double, and he's at second base with 2 down.
He was talking to that ball because that looked like that was just borderline. Sure was. Look at Dozier. Dozier's right on the line as well. Oh, it's hit hard. Beat him. And beat him to his left.
And now the 5th left-hand bat in the lineup, Ronald Guzman. He had 1 at-bat late last night and struck out against Tim Hill in the 9th inning. Prior to that, he had homered in 3 consecutive games for the first time in his career in the Rangers-Yankees series.
Yeah, and you know, he's not really known for his power. He could develop some depending on how many at-bats he gets. Jeff Bannister, his manager before the game, was telling me about, when I asked him about Guzman, he says he's really a good-looking fielder. You know, he's 6'5", 205. He's got a lean build, great fielding first baseman. He says he really likes his tools over there at first, but kind of a line drive type hitter.
Another chance for Dozier. He handles this one, and that's the inning. 2 in the books. The Royals lead 2-1. Time for T-Mobile hats off for heroes. Ball 1 to Ramon Torres, and one of the great baseball / military heroes, Ted Williams, who was a pilot and a very good pilot, and he missed 3 years in the major leagues to fight World War II, 1943, 1944, 1945, and also served in the Korean War, and was a Baseball Hall of Famer with over 500 home runs and 1,800 runs driven in. Didn't quite have the same success as a manager, but one of the best left-hand hitters in Major League history.
And that's missing 3 years. Imagine if he'd have had 3 years of service, his skill level. Boy, you could have added a lot of numbers from 3 years on him. But you know, as a manager, you're only as good as your players.
Now to Odor at second base. That takes care of Torres. The amazing thing about Ted Williams, or one of the many amazing things about him, is after those 3 years of military service, So he played in 1942, didn't get back to the big leagues until 46, and he was most valuable player that first year back.
Really? Come on, game's not that easy.
Finished second for MVP before his 3 years of service and came back and was the MVP.
I don't think there was too much batting practice going on overseas. No. He was in the airplane.
John Jay singled to open the game and scored on the Mike Moustakas home run. And he's down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes against Mike Minor. One and two. That first year in 46, Ted Williams hit .342 with 38 home runs, 123 RBIs, and being away didn't affect his ability to judge the strike zone. He had 156 walks. That's a great play by Profar, and he shows off his strong arm. 2 down in the third.
And you know what? All you can do is wait and hope on a play like that. He didn't have time to come and get it, pick the short hop, so he's going to wait and gauge it. The reason he was so successful, he stayed low. When you stay low to the ground like that, you can see the ball and you can actually see it hop a lot easier than standing straight up. So nice job. Excellent play.
Minor struck out Witt in the first inning with a fastball, and now curveball bends in for a strike. Oh, and 2. Still no balls, 2 strikes. Challenged Witt with a fastball. That's what he got him with back in the first inning. Now we're going to try and get him with a slider away. Nope, changed his mind. And a fastball is up and away. Mike Minor, you might remember last year, he spent some time as the Royals closer. He had 6 saves. And running his fastball, as Hud said in the first inning, up in the mid-90s. Well, the league only hit 198 against his fastball last year. This year, they're hitting 364 against his fastball. But he's gotten Witt twice with that pitch tonight. So that's 8 in a row set down by Minor. With the Royals leading 2-1 in the bottom of the third. He has a 45-year-old player. Bartolo Colon turned 45 today, so that a little celebration for him in the clubhouse, which included smashing his face into a cake.
You know, that tells you about his humility to agree to do that. I remember in the minor leagues and even in the major leagues, they would get young players who had never fallen for that. There's a reaching double. Off-speed pitch, he reached out, got it. He's going for 3.
He's going to try for 3. And the throw was cut off by Torres. It didn't appear to be on line. And DeShields has a leadoff triple.
It's his first triple of the year. He can fly. Watch this. Now, it was a breaking ball. He reached out. Now he's focused. Watch him hit the inside part of the base. Yeah, right on the right on that inside part. He's looking. He's going. He's reading, making the read. Turned it on. No problem.
So right away, a runner at third, nobody out. The Royals will bring the infield in on Shin-Soo Choo, who has homered against Skoglund. Hit a line drive into the Rangers bullpen in right center field.
Both of those that last hit and Chu's were middle, center cut. Gotta locate your pitches.
And Shin-Soo Choo has had a heck of a career against the Royals. That's down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Arkia drive to success. Takes a look at Chu's career against KC. A .326 batting average. That is the 3rd highest among active players against the Royals. 2-1. Good looking slider. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that Chu giving ground.
Yeah, it just depends on what Jeff Bannister wants to do. With a runner at third base, contact play, he's very fast. Fast runner, sometimes he'll say go on any contact, or he'll say see it through.
Skoglund has struck out 2. Little bit inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Not a bad spot. They can set up the breaking ball away.
Got him reaching for a breaking ball, and it's pulled foul. Shin-Soo Choo, among all of his offensive statistics, has always been known for having a good on-base percentage. He will draw his share of walks. Last night he walked in the first inning. And has 10 walks over his last 7 games.
See if he can execute the breaker down the way. Oh,
just inside for a walk.
Good try. Thought he might ring him up. If you told Chu that pitch was coming, he might have taken a swing at it. Just a little bit. That's how he tried to make it look better.
So it's Falefa with runners at first and third, nobody out. He flied out to right field in the first inning. A little bit high with a fastball. Falefa is filling in at third with Adrian Beltre on the disabled list for a 2nd time this year with a injured hamstring.
Poor him. When he went on the disabled list right before the Royals got to town. The Royals are pretty happy about that, even though you don't wish anybody any DL time. But I think right here, with 46 pitches thrown this time of the game, he would much rather let him have the run and take a double play. Just my thoughts. That'll work.
How about an infield pop-up? And Dozier's got it. Now a double play will put an end to the inning. So speaking of 45-year-old Bartolo Colon, he turned 45 yesterday, not today. Here's the AARP take on today. Not sure what you can do at 45 with your 401k and Social Security, but you can start drawing from your major league pension when you're 45 years
Better
old.
believe it. Look at the innings, strikeouts, all-star, Cy Young. It's not even on there. Cy Young in 05. What a career. And I was telling a story, you know, you could get guys to smell their cake on birthday day in the middle of the clubhouse. Hey, it smells funny though. Can you smell it? And they'll smell it and you smash their face in it. But I haven't seen anybody just give in and let them do it like Bartolo did. That was really cool. And you know that his teammates got a kick out of that.
Mazzara reached on an air on a ground ball to Torres his first time up.
Skoglund like to put him in the lane. He has Skoglund induced 5 this year. And Mazzara, he's grounded into 6. That's the most on the Rangers. So if he could get him to try to pull a pitch away, that's usually what brings him. It'd be nice if we could leave that leadoff triple stranded.
Good slider away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's the one. That's the one he wants to execute. He's trying to pull that. Make sure it's down, though. Don't let him get a hold of it. Talked about how much pop he's got against the lefties. 4 homers out of his 11.
Here's a ground ball. Dozier to second 1. Back to Skoglund, not in time. So he tried to get the 2 outs, but DeShields comes down from third to tie the game at 2.
Okay, nice try, Skoglund. He got over as quickly as he could. Escobar's throw, but Mazzara running too well. And Skoglund, man, he's got to find a way to get that foot on the inside part of the base. You put that foot on top like that, you could get stepped on easily. He was searching to try to find it. Thankfully, Mazzara touched the outer half of the plate. I mean, excuse me, the bag, and didn't step on it.
And now Jurickson Profar. I haven't seen a lot of Profar over the years. He had some shoulder problems, but I don't remember him swinging this hard. He's taking some huge rips in his first 2 at-bats.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of him because of his injuries. He missed a whole year, I believe, with a shoulder. Two full years. Wow.
Yeah, 1 year he elected against surgery and just rehabbed for a year, and then came back the next year and it wasn't any better. So then he had surgery and lost a whole nother year.
I don't know who gave him the advice to rehab, but if you got any questions, you go let have him take a look at it, let him open it up.
Is that a swing?
Oh, what the?
Salvi was convinced it was a swing, and decided not to throw down to second base.
Mazzara almost hurt himself as he went in there. He didn't know whether to slide or not. Kind of locked up his leg, looked like. Almost hurt himself. Wow, can hyperextend. Nina, I don't know why Salvi didn't just go ahead and throw. I guess he thought that he would have had him. And his right leg, watch Mazzara go into that base. Man, when in doubt, you slide. Because if you don't, you're indecisive like this. Watch this.
Ouch.
He almost hurt himself. That's a good way to put yourself on the DL. He wasn't sure whether to slide or not. Man, just slide. Could have been ugly. It's lucky.
Three and 2 on Profar. Skoglund struck him out in the first inning. Shallow right, and Dozier veers into foul territory to end the inning. DeShields hits a leadoff triple and scores to tie the game. tied the game at 2. The Royals got their 2 on one swing.
Right to the ball. And that's good, too, to get it off a left. His second home run off a lefty out of his 11.
Two balls, no strikes. Moustakas, Perez, and Soler coming up. Just below the knees, 3-0.
For a left-handed batter off a left-handed pitcher, 250, that's respectable. Anything over 250s, good, really. He's using the whole field. The defense showing Moose some respect. Moose not necessarily looking for a walk. He just thought that was off the plate. He wants to hit. Look at his weight, evenly distributed.
And that's deep to center field.
Go ball.
And to Shields right in front of the track. One down.
He's locked, just missed it. Okay, good bounce. Watch him go back. See his hands go back just slightly. Go back to go forward, get a little bit of pop. His balance is perfect. Look at him. He's got a small take back, small step, which is good. Look at the head position. Head position not moving. He's locked in, folks. It's going to be Moose time for a while here. The next few games, hopefully longer.
So now we got his down around the end of the bat. The Shields again. Salvy's 0 for 2.
Parents, sign your kids up for Sluggers Blue Crew to get your little ones geared up for baseball season. Memberships include a Blue Crew jersey, flat bill snapback cap, drawstring bag, 2 compression sleeves, and 2 home game ticket vouchers, and much more. Membership is just $30. Sign up now at royals.com/Blue Crew.
Soler blasted into left center field and gone over the Royals bullpen. That was loud. And it ends up in a Royals fan's glove. Pretty good call for him to bring a glove, because that's not necessarily home run territory. That is beyond home run territory.
That ball was not walking. Ma'am, thank you for checking on him, but he's good. Watch this. Sitting dead red. That heater at 91, that's a great hitting pitch. Oh, yeah. Good to see Soler connect. And hopefully he can get on a nice little home run here. And that young man better check the laces in his glove. Might have stretched him out a little bit catching that one.
Oh, 2 on Dozier. He popped out to third in the second inning. And it had been a while since Soler had hit a home run. One and 2.
Statcast will tell you how hard he hit it. 111. Woohoo! Ball wasn't walking. Pedro Grafal, bilingual. Habla a little Espanol to him, but Soler speaks pretty good English. Does a good job.
It had been 17 days since he had homered, so Mike Moustakas had gone 15 and homered in the first inning, and Soler had an even longer drought, and the Royals regained the lead. No swing.
Good call. First base umpire. Good job there, Marvin Hudson. He didn't go. Waiting to see Dozier break out. He needs a big hit in the worst way for confidence more than anything. He's got 1 RBI. I'd like to see a little more production from him, even though it's just getting his feet wet.
Profar cuts it off, and the throw goes to the Rangers dugout, but stays in play.
Maybe they'll give him a hit.
And it is a base hit for Dozier.
Good. That's a difficult throw, especially when you're going to drop down. When you're moving to your left like that, you drop down your arm angle, the ball's going to sail. That's exactly what it did. Profar's been working hard since he took over at shortstop, mainly second baseman. He can play a little bit of third, but he's been working hard. He's got 9 errors, and most of those were made in the first 2 weeks of the season, believe it or not. He's much improved defensively. He's working with infield coach Tony Beasley. Coming out early, working on short hops, working on footwork. It's your footwork as a shortstop that really makes the difference when you're not used to playing short. Got to get your feet right. Feet before anything else.
Oh, 2 on Escobar. Minor struck him out in the second inning. Little bit outside, very close to where the previous pitch was, and Escobar wasn't happy about that one. 1-2.
Sometimes if you're a veteran like Escobar and you gripe on a certain pitch, an umpire will give it to you. Sometimes he won't, but he did that time. See if he can get a mistake. Dozier, it's not going anywhere.
Chirinos asks for a changeup, and it fades down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was a super pitch for Minor last year in the Royals uniform. That changeup was good. He was fastball change mostly. That's because he had a higher velocity on the fastball. And it made that, the changeup made the fastball look even better.
He didn't go. 3-2.
Esky can find a gap, he'll score. Dozier be running on the pitch.
And Escobar takes a walk, so he comes back from 0-2 to take that walk, and now the Royals have 2 on, 2 out.
12 walks on the year for Esky. Call the cops. Whether you're an inexperienced artist or just a beginner, join fellow Royals art enthusiasts at our second Paint in the Park event Sunday, June 3rd. Create a one-of-a-kind piece featuring Slugger before watching the Royals take on the A's. Visit royals.com/paint to purchase this special themed ticket.
With 2 outs, Soler homered. Dozier reached with an infield single. Escobar has walked. Almonte flied out to center field in the second inning. One and one. He went 1-2 on Almonte.
Twisting him up a little bit there. Heater in, turn on him.
Another chance for Profar, and the Rangers get the force on Escobar. The Royals have hit 2 home runs tonight. Mike Moustakas in the first and Jorge Soler here in the fourth, and the Royals have the lead. On Fox Sports Kansas City is brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Pick your power, fuel, or battery with Steel. Search STIHL. And by Ram, powered by Ram trucks, built to serve. Jorge Soler is the Royals' designated hitter tonight. Homers to put the Royals back out in front. And now Eric Skoglund is back to work against Joey Gallo, Robinson Chirinos, and Rougned Odor. Gallo just missed his 15th home run in the second inning. Hooked it foul outside the right field foul pole that eventually popped out to Moustakas. 1-1.
What a big guy, man. I'm telling you what, 6'5", 230. And he doesn't get cheated either.
He is from Las Vegas, Henderson, which is a suburb of Las Vegas, and either played with or against Chris Bryant and Bryce Harper. How about all that power coming out of the Vegas area?
Yeah, some ball players there, huh?
Skoglund strikes him out, and that is number 73 for Gallo to lead the major leagues. The Royals and Price Chopper are excited to announce the return of the Grand Slam 4-pack. That includes 4 seats in the View Reserve section, 4 Royals caps, all for just $44. One out to Robinson Chirinos. And he flied out to left field in the second inning. One and one on Chirinos. Skoglund has struck out 3 after getting Joey Gallo. Two and one. Three balls, 1 strike. One of the quirky numbers we were talking about in regard to Eric Skoglund earlier in the game is he has done much better this year when he's behind in the count. Ball 4 inside. That is the second walk that Skoglund has allowed. I mean, every pitcher, I don't care if you just got called up all the way to Clayton Kershaw, get ahead of the hitters. Pitchers, by and large, are going to have more success when they're ahead of the hitters. But look at Skoglund when he is behind in the count. 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1. He has the lowest opponent's batting average, lowest opponent's slugging percentage, and lowest opponent's OPS in the major leagues when he's behind in the count.
Well, that's impressive. Because like you said, I mean, that's backwards. You want pitchers to get ahead. You hear us talk about it all the time. Get ahead so you can execute your pitches and get the guy to swing at your pitches. But Skoglund's doing a good job as the hitters are overconfident a little bit with the stuff he's executing. And I like his tempo. He's doing a nice job. He's not working too fast. He's not working too slow. Salvi's working him. See Salvi with the sign language and His body language, keep the ball down, see if we can roll a pair.
One and one on Odor. He doubled up the right field line in the second inning. Just inside, 2-1.
He's doing a good job of trying to keep the ball in the middle. You can tell he's missing with a lot of inside fastballs, but he's not missing by that much. And walking out of the hotel today to get on the bus, he was behind me. I held the door for him and I said, hey, have fun competing tonight. And he said, that's what it's all about. I will. And that's what you do. He's competing. He's trying to execute against the hitter, execute his pitches. There you go. He got one there. Odor didn't like it, but that's a good spot by Skoglund. These guys are tremendous competitors. Wants to tie him up. Odor, even though he's scuffling, he could be dangerous with one swing of the bat. He's got big pop for a little guy.
Still 2-2. He's hit big home runs his last 2 years, but as is the case with a younger player who has a big spike in home runs, sometimes they have a tendency to say, well, I'm going to hit even more the next year. And his batting average really suffered last year. His RBIs were down. On base percentage was way down. Torres makes the play, so Odor pops out, 2 down.
It's a good job letting Torres take that. He called off Dozier. Dozier thought he was there, but he's saying, hey, look, I got that. I got a better job, a better chance of getting it.
Ronald Guzman grounded out to first base in the second inning. That ball is hit deep into the right field corner, fair and gone, and Texas takes the lead. And now Guzman is homered in 4 of his last 5 games.
Looks like it's going to be a slugfest the rest of this game. 2 apiece. And gives him the lead. That was a breaking ball, just like it just kind of hung up there. He sat and waited. Got a good little swing on it. Caught the back underside, got some backspin, good lift. Skoglund not happy with that mistake.
DeShields shortened up to bunt. Last time up, he tripled leading off the 3rd inning and scored the tying run. And then Jorge Soler homered in the top half of this inning to put the Royals back out in front. And now Ronald Guzman puts the Rangers in front for the first time tonight. That was ruled low by home plate umpire Jeff Kellogg. 2-0.
Skoglund coming in with a .274 opponent's average against lefties, just 2 homers and 2 home runs hit tonight were by left-handed bats of the Rangers. Go figure. Happens.
2-1. Inside edge, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
36-degree launch angle, went high.
Out to Torres at second base. Inning over. A 1-out walk and a 2-out home run puts Texas in front.
Will try to get the Royals going back in the winning direction. And Torres making his 2018 debut last night after sitting a bunch of days, jumped right in there, had a couple of hits, scored 3 runs, was on base 3 times. Talking to hitting coach Terry Bradshaw about what it is with Torres. The younger guys usually struggle in a utility role when they don't play every day, but he said a good reason for it is just that he has such a simple, low-maintenance swing. So he might not play a number of days, but he doesn't have that long swing that takes a while to get into rhythm. And Terry said that I had a feeling this could happen last night because he just looked really good in batting practice every day since he came up. And when you talk low maintenance, he's also low maintenance in the clubhouse, which means no sulking, no complaining, quiet, good teammate. Seems to be a guy that fits that utility role well.
You know, you could also make some comparisons between Torres and Whit Merrifield. You know, both guys move slowly through the Royals farm system. No real huge steps forward. They just adjusted to each level. Got better, got stronger every year. Whit's a couple of years ahead of Torres, but they're trending the same. Both are able to play all over the field.
Yeah, but what's different about Torres is, in Merrifield, is Torres is not getting regular at-bats. Whitley's in there every single day, and it's a little
I'm just talking about their development as players.
Oh, okay,
the system.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. But getting back to Goldberg's simple approach, that's what's keeping him alive when he doesn't get regular at-bats. It's just goes up there, trusts his hands, and puts the ball in play. But both guys, like you mentioned, they're good athletes, and they provide energy because they're energy givers. They're not takers. Good speed, both of them.
Two and two on John Jay, who is 1 out of 2 with a run scored. Three balls, 2 strikes. Minor has walked 1, and he has struck out 3. Mentioned Mike Minor had 6 saves for the Royals last year. Our sprint trivia question: name the 5 Royals pitchers to have 6 or more wins and 6 or more saves since 1990. So there's 1, and we need 4 more.
How about, oh, did Hoche ever get any saves?
I don't know if he got 6 or more in the season.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Whit Merrifield jolts it to center field. DeShields is back, and it's over his head.
Hit 3.
Twice it's over his head.
Oh, I got excited, sorry. Because that ball kicked off the wall so high and far back towards the home plate that I thought Whit was going to try, but there's no need with 2 outs. He ripped it, though. I'll tell you what, while he ripped it, he knows he barreled it. Good pitch down low. He's able to lift it. Look at him. He thought about right there, but said, you know, can't do it. Down a run, 2 outs. I'm almost more excited about the donation that Honda's going to give on a triple. The Urban Academy.
Mike Moustakas has homered to right, and he has flied to deep center field. To right field, and playable for Mazzara. So Merrifield is stranded at second. 4.5 played. Texas leads 4-3. scored in 3 of 4 innings against Eric Skoglund. Texas got 1 in the first inning on a home run from Shin-Soo Choo. Skoglund had a scoreless second. Texas got a run in the third and then a 2-run home run from Guzman in the fourth. He has also struck out 3 tonight. Here's his Pizza Ranch pitching line. 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs. And he'll get Shin-Soo Choo, Isaiah Kiner Falefa, and Nomar Mazar in the bottom of the 5th inning. Choo hit a line drive home run over the wall in right center field in the first inning. And then he took a walk in the third. One and one. Two balls, 1 strike. 4 more pitchers who had 6 or more wins and 6 or more saves in the same year since 1990.
Hey, when you think about wins, automatically you think about starters. So I was thinking starting pitcher / bullpen guys, but they could be pin guys.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Could be a closer who just happened to have 6 or more wins that year. It happens a lot. You bring your closer in and tie game in the 9th inning. Team wins. He gets a win, or maybe he blows a save and then the team rallies in the next half inning and he gets the win.
Have anything special you want to throw out there that's a winner?
Well, I don't know if it's a winner or not, but you don't want to look past Greg Holland and Wade Davis.
How about
Jeff Montgomery?
How about
Kelvin Herrera? Choo is down on strikes. That is number 4 for Skoglund tonight.
Skogie, nice job getting Shin-Soo Choo. Our Mo Lottery replay shows that good inside fastball. Skoglund, good tempo. Monty, hey Monty, look up.
Let's just pick Monty.
There he is. Hey, what? There you
Jeff
go.
Montgomery.
All right, let's.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right, that way, Monty.
Way to go, Monty.
Look at that. Monty did well tonight by just sitting there in front of his computer in the press box. Good job, Monty. Monty did it twice. Falefa singles into right field. He's on with 1 out. There's a name that pops into my mind. I don't know why, because I don't remember him being a closer. But right around 2000, 2001, there was a pitcher named Chris Wilson.
Really?
And I remember he had some sort of starting and relieving statistic, but I'm not sure I want to go there yet.
What about Joaquin Soria? Is that possible?
Anything's possible.
Okay. That's not an official guess, by the way.
Mazzara is 0 for 2, but he has driven in a run when he reached with a force out in the 3rd inning and then almost wrecked his knee on a stolen base later in the inning. And he got caught in between going into second base, standing, or sliding. And now Brian Flynn warms up in the Royals bullpen. Skoglund is moving up on 90 pitches with only 1 out in the 5th inning. Three and 0. 3-1 on Mazzara. We were showing you last night with Danny Duffy on the mound. Mazzara's had a spike this year in extra base hits and home runs against lefties. He goes the other way. John Jay at the track, and it hit the top of the wall and bounced over for a home run. And the Rangers had 6 in the first 5 innings. Last year and the year before, 2 years combined, Hud, he had only 10 extra base hits and 2 home runs against lefties. This year he already has 9 extra base hits and 5 home runs against lefties.
I'm telling you, that was a nice one there. I mean, you opposite field, he didn't try to pull it, and that's been the difference. I mean, he probably had some early success this year and hit a couple of home runs, and that generates confidence, and then next thing you know is he's a believer. Look at Beltre, Hall of Famer in there.
One and 1 on Profar. Well, Mazzara has driven in 3 of the 6 for Texas tonight. Profar has struck out and fouled out to first. Rangers had a big series against the Yankees offensively when they took 2 out of 3, but it has been mostly a struggle for them offensively this year. They have the lowest batting average in the league, the most strikeouts, and the lowest slugging percentage in the American League. But tonight they have 3 home runs and 6 runs in 4 1/3 innings. Last night they weren't able to put much together against Danny Duffy and Tim Hill, finishing with just 2 runs on 5 hits. And that's lined into right center field and will go all the way to the wall. And now, with the ball being misplayed out in right center field, Profar will go to third.
Looks like Whitley just lost the handle. He picked it up initially, would have held him as Profar was going to stop at second base. But watch him now here. He's able to pick it up, just couldn't find the handle there.
Second time that's happened to a Royal tonight. Same thing happened to Torres in the first inning. So it's a double and an error 9 to get Profar to third. And Brian Flynn is a Chevy call to the bullpen with a runner at third, 1 out in the 5th. Will pitch to Joey Gallo, and the Royals will bring the infield in.
Not what infielders want coming in with a big guy that can swing like that. So they're counting on Flynn to keep the ball away from him. Hard, heavy sinkers, sliders, curves. Heavy sinker, slider. That fastball's low to mid-90s.
Pulled foul, 1 and 1 on Gallo. Skoglund struck him out in the 4th. And Gallo has also popped out to third, and Brian Flynn would take either one of those right here.
Yeah, no, just hold him. Hold him right here. See if the offense can come back. Plenty of game left.
And now Flynn's ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And nobody has struck out more times than Joey Gallo in the major leagues. And this month, he is striking out about once every 2 at-bats. Not a bad idea. See if he'd chase one up and out of the strike zone. 2-2.
Yeah, inside pitch is a good call, too. Hard, firm, and then soft away. Get him looking in. 3 Royals on the right side, thinking he'll pull. That's what he likes to do.
Still 2-2. Last time Brian Flynn was on the mound, he pitched 3 innings in relief. That was Sunday against the Yankees, and he hadn't pitched in a week before entering that game. Struck him out. A fastball at 95. That's exactly what Flynn needed. 2 down.
Heck yeah, great spot outside corner.
And now Brian will try and add to this. The Royals bullpen over the last 4 games has allowed just 1 earned run in 10 2/3 innings. And over a longer stretch, the Royals bullpen is about 2.5 ERA over the last 2 weeks.
Excellent. It's just what you want. Pin starting to round into shape. Ed's finding some of the pieces that work at the right time.
And over the past 2 weeks, the bullpen ERA has gone from over 6 to a little bit over 5. Chirinos walked and scored on the Guzman home run in the 4th inning. That put the Rangers ahead by 1, and now Mazzara has homered in this inning. Two and 1. We were talking when Flynn was throwing those 3 scoreless innings. It was a blowout game on Sunday against the Yankees, but now Cal Eldred was talking earlier this season that those are important innings because you keep other guys from having to come into a blowout game. So the bullpen was in great shape for the Cardinals series, with Flynn going those 3 innings out of the bullpen. And Cal, who pitched in every role you could imagine in his long major league career, that's what he would tell himself coming in a so-called mop-up situation. These are important innings. And he strikes out Chirinos. So Brian Flynn, with a runner at 3rd and 1 out, comes on and strikes out Gallo and Chirinos.
Nicely done.
Bronx, and that is an opposite field 2nd deck home run for Mike Trout against the Yankees. Luis Severino, his 16th of the year, tying in with Mookie Betts for the major league lead, and JD Martinez. So Betts and Martinez teammates this year with Boston, along with Mike Trout. Yankees lead in that game now 2-1. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Nomar Mazzara just hit a 2-run home run, adding to the Rangers lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-3 Texas. And Mike Minor will get Salvador Perez, Jorge Soler, and Hunter Dozier. And for the 2nd time tonight, he gets the first out of an inning with 1 pitch. Odor makes a play, and Salvia is 0 for 3. Brad Young from Drexel is our Sonic Slam inning contestant, and if the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Brad wins $300. If the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Brad wins $25 grand from Sonic and the Royals. Soler already has a home run tonight, as does Mike Moustakas. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Mike Minor, pitching with a 3-run lead. Soler is 1 for 3.
It's almost an automatic take when you're the 3rd batter up and that happens, but we'll see.
And I would assume Mike Minor knows that, and he'll probably throw one right down the middle of the plate.
Happens every time.
right down the middle of the plate at 89 miles an hour. But that's how you protect your pitcher. Give Brian Flynn a little more time to catch his breath. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, and looks like he took a batting glove off his top hand. Sometimes you want a little bit better feel. A top hand means you can get a little bit more on it, pulling the ball mainly.
Lined into center field, and DeShields dives. He got a glove on it. And now Dozier's heading for second, and he's in there with a hustling double.
Yeah, that's what you want to do with 2 outs. Pressure him. I thought DeShields was going to have that ball. He did too. Had a sinking liner off the bat. Dozier, he knows you got to take off and go hard, and he did. And this ball just got under his glove, and he's lucky he didn't get further past him. It could have been more, but that's a 2-out hustle double. Watch him go. Ball's down low. He's going to hit the inside part of the base here and say, I'm going. Yeah, it's 2 outs. Good decision.
Change up over the outside to Escobar. Escobar has struck out and walked, and he got the walk the hard way in the 4th inning. At one point he was down 0-2. And now he's 0-2 with 2 down in the 6th inning.
194 in risk. Take a shot, find a hole, get a little 2-out RBI here. Mazzara in right field has 3 outfield assists. Shields in center has 5.
I think he tried to take a shot at right field. The pitch was well outside.
Yeah, Mazzara, he's shallow and right. Anything hit hard would be tough for Jerschley to score Dozier.
Strike called over the inside. Eske doesn't like it and slams his bat into the grass. And now his helmet, but fortunately Jeff Kellogg was looking the other way. Game.
Guzman popped his 6th out of the yard. Got up underneath it.
He'll be coming up second in this inning. Texas has hit 3 home runs tonight. And there's a base hit into right field for Odor. Eric Skoglund isn't quite as established as far as a reputation for getting left-hand batters out like Danny Duffy. But remember last night the Rangers had 4 left-hand batters in there against Danny Duffy, and Duffy pitched to Jem, and then Jeff Bannister, he doubled down. Didn't quite double down, but he put 5 in there tonight against Skoglund. And 3 left-hand batters hit home runs. And now Odor with left-hander Brian Flynn on the mound. Singles to begin the bottom of the 6th. He is 2 out of 3, and Danny can just kick back and watch the game tonight. Guzman grounded sharply to first in the 2nd inning and then hit that home run to right in the 4th. That put Texas in front 4-3, and then Mazzara hit a 2-run home run in the 5th.
Sure is.
Alvey keeps it in front of him.
Sure is nice at 6'5", 220 for a target over there to be a first baseman. Well, you love that if you're on the left side of the infield. Great to throw to.
We have 2 of the 5. Those look like those are real lightsabers.
They do.
Can you bring a lightsaber into a ballpark?
Yeah. No,
How did that get through the X-ray?
That third one over here on the left, I don't think that is one, is it?
No, I think that's something.
Well, it doesn't look like it is.
I don't know. I think that's something you would use to close your curtains.
Yeah.
I got a text today from my mom, Jean, who's probably watching tonight, to inform me that 41 years ago today, she took me to see the Star Wars premiere in Century City, which is in West Los Angeles.
How cool.
Which is impossible because I'm only 35 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember, I mean, I was 6 years old. I had never seen anything like that. I mean, it was a big screen and lasers and lightsabers and
cool.
Wow. It was a movie that changed everything. Guzman hits it hard, and Monte got a good break. So 1 down with Odor going back to first base. So our trivia question: 5 Royals pitchers have had 6 or more wins and 6 or more saves since 1990. We have identified Mike Minor, pitching for the Rangers tonight, and Monty, Jeff Montgomery, who did it twice.
I think we should stay with it. Relievers, closers.
Got one? Go ahead. You're a big Joaquin Soria fan.
How about Herrera? You like Herrera?
Kelvin Herrera. Incorrect. Strike 1.
It hasn't been a good trip for me for trivia.
Now Minor, remember, he qualified because he went from a middle reliever to closer in mid-season. So you could also think about guys like Soria, or actually Greg Holland wouldn't be a bad one, because Greg Holland became closer, I believe, 1 year when Soria got hurt. Joe Nelson, who's a scout now, he took over as closer in the middle of the season. Fouled away by DeShields. Closer can get a win. He comes in the 9th inning in a tie game. Team rallies in the next half inning to win it. He gets the win. Closer can have a blown save, and then in the next inning his team rallies and he ends up with a win. Escobar, nice hop, and the Royals do not turn the double play. I'll bet they'll take another look at that. So for now, Odor is out at second base and DeShields is at first with 2 down. Looked like he just got his foot on the bag before the ball hit the glove.
Did. Good hustle. He'd been tough to double up anyway. He's a runner.
All right. Wade Davis. Correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
Two more to go, 2 strikes. Chu is taken all the way. He homered in the first inning. He also has a walk tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Coach was in the pen. When did he get to go to the pen? 13, 14, 15? Coach Avery? So, I mean, you know he had wins, but I just wondered how many years, if he had enough.
2013 is when he had his really good year, and then it was spring training of 14 when he blew out his elbow. And then was the winning pitcher. And I remember it was
15.
Heartbreaking because Royals had high hopes in 14, and Luke Hochevar wrecked his elbow, and he kept saying what he was going to miss the most was jumping on the dog pile when the Royals get to the playoffs in 14. Well, as it turned out, even though he's injured, he still got to jump in on the dog pile. And then he ended up being the winning pitcher in Game 5 of the World Series in 15.
He deserves it. But I don't think he got over 6 saves in 13. How about Soria? I think you could be a good answer.
That's your guy.
Let's try it.
Joakim Soria. Incorrect.
With him.
The Shields was running, but that's ball 4 to Shin-Soo Choo, so he has walked twice. That's Flynn's first walk. 2 on, 2 out, with Kiner Falefa coming up.
How about Scott Alexander? Did he get any action? Did he have saves? I don't think he had 6.
Well, Minor
He may not have had wins.
had 6 last year, so that would have been 3 guys with 6 or more saves last year.
Just throwing him out there. I've been watching him pitch for the Dodgers.
Ball 1 on Falefa. He is 1 for 3 with a run scored. I'm also thinking about a Royal who got some time when Monty was injured. Scott Service, not the manager of the Mariners now. That is hit to deep left field. John Jay runs it down on the track. So the Royals survive a scare in the 6th inning. Texas leads 6-3. Last night, the Texas Rangers were held to 2 runs, 5 hits, no home runs against Danny Duffy and Tim Hill. Tonight, in the first 5 innings, they hit 3 home runs and scored 6 runs. That ball, was it touched? It was not. Chirinos almost got his hand on it before it spun foul. So Almonte will go back to the plate. No balls and 1 strike.
Touches it before it rolls foul. It's fair. No luck.
Oh, 0-2 on Almonte. He is flied out and grounded out. Torres is on deck, and then John Jay. No swing. My second year with the Royals, Hud, in 2000, the Royals had this crazy run of walk-off wins. I want to say they had like 5 or 6 in a row. There was a road trip that broke that up.
Okay.
So I think they had 3 or 4 walk-offs in a row. And I think it was the first homestand. And then they went 0-9 on a road trip to New York, Minnesota, and Seattle. And then came back and had like 2 more walk-offs. So if you're having that many walk-offs, then relievers are getting wins in those games. And the Royals closer that year was Ricky Batalico.
Come on, he was a teammate of mine in Philly.
Back through the middle, a base hit for Almonte. Third game of the series is tomorrow, and the game will be on FS1. And it'll be Justin Kutcher, who's called many Royals games on Fox and FS1, along with C.J. Nitkowski, who is on Price Chopper Royals Live and is the Rangers regular television analyst. So that is tomorrow, and then on Sunday we're back here on Fox Sports Kansas City. Mike Minor is out after giving up a leadoff single. He is at 99 pitches. And Alex Claudio will be a Chevy call to the bullpen. Sneak a lightsaber into the ballpark, you deserve to be a Pepsi fan of the game. And they're celebrating Star Wars for this entire 4-game series. Alex Claudio, a former 27th round draft pick, comes on to face Ramon Torres with Almonte at first base and nobody out.
Yeah, he's funky. 6'3", 180. 26 years young. 83 to 87, 88. He doesn't throw hard at all. He's going to try to trick you with his sinking fastball, slider, and his changeup's his best pitch. He tries to trick you. He's sidewinder. Watch out.
Tim Hill without the velocity.
Exactly. Didn't look like a strike either, by the way. That was off the plate.
1 ball, 1 strike. All right, how about Ricky Batalico? Aha.
Gosh, that's really good, partner. Ding, 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 ding.
1 left, 1 strike.
Okay, you're on it. Stay hot.
Torres shoots it into right center field. DeShields dives and he whiffs. Almonte comes around third. Torres has a double. That won't go down as an error, but that was definitely a mental error by DeShields. That was not a catchable baseball, and that helped Almonte score on the double. It is 6-4.
Yeah, just a little bit too aggressive out there in the outfield. This one here got by him enough to give the Royals a run. Now that ball was a foot in front of where his glove was. That's good effort. But Royals gonna get back into this in here. It's 2 runs down.
You think that's a good effort?
Well, I would have backed off and played the hop. You got to run. You got a 3-run lead there. You got to play it safe. He wanted to make the catch, make a highlight tape.
One and one on John Jay. He singled and scored in the first inning. Two and one. This stadium is huge. And because it is, the lights are a long way away from the field. And It is not the brightest ballpark in the league at night. Chirinos throwing on the run, gets John Jay. That gets Torres over to third. And I've seen balls misjudged many times in this ballpark. So I don't know, off the crack of the bat, like you say, DeShields is trying to make a highlight tape. Maybe when that ball was hit, just didn't get a good read on it and thought he could make the play, but that did not appear to be a catchable ball at all. So Merrifield with one out has a chance to make this a one-run game. He doubled in the 5th inning. He is 1 for 3. And the Rangers have their infield back. 74 miles an hour, no balls, 1 strike.
Yep, he's going to flip it up there. Claudio this year, those giving up a .443 average to right-handed bats. Bannister staying with him. And you got one of the best hitters against left-handers up there in Whitley.
And a line drive. So the one thing that Witt didn't want, he'd have taken a fly ball, he'd have taken a ground ball, but he lines out to Profar at short, and now the Royals need a base hit with 2 down.
Too bad. I liked his chances there.
So this is why Claudio got a chance to face Merrifield, because Jeff Bannister wanted him to be in there for Mike Moustakas.
That's when the Royals need to make him pay. Didn't happen.
Down and in for ball 1. This has not been a good matchup for Alex Claudio in the past. On paper, it looks good. Lefty, lefty, and a lefty with a funky arm angle. .72 miles an hour in for a strike. Mike Moustakas has 9 at-bats, 3 hits, including a double and a home run.
Okay, make him pay.
One and 2. Torres doubled to score Almonte, and now he's at third with 2 down. Fouled again. Lately, the Royals have been doing a good job of picking each other up. And now Moustakas is trying to pick up Merrifield.
Claudio will float that changeup or the slider, but you got to be careful, nothing too slow over the middle. Musa jumping.
Falefa makes the play and then slams into the brick wall. So the Royals get 1 to get a little closer, but they leave a runner at third base.
Nice concentration.
Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Find yours at your Kansas City area Chevy dealers. Royals tonight have led 2-0 and 3-2, but now Texas has a 6-4 lead, and the Rangers are coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Last night we were going over some of the significant injuries that the Rangers have had. Our University of Kansas Health System injury report update. Matt Moore is one of 2 left-handed starters on the disabled list. He was having a bad year. 1-5 with a 7.99 ERA after coming over to trade with the Giants. And Austin Bibbins Dirks pitched in his spot last night. Ramon Torres has played in just 2 games since being called up. Last night he scored 3 runs. Tonight he is 1 for 3 with an RBI. So a 2-run game. It'll be Mazara, Profar, and Gallo. And Mazara has one of the 3 Rangers home runs tonight.
Yeah, how about him going to the opposite field and bouncing it off the very top of the left field wall? Good luck. But he had enough power to get it there.
Shin-Soo Choo and Ronald Guzman have hit the other 2 home runs. This will be Brian Flynn's 3rd inning. He got the last 2 outs for Skoglund in the 5th inning, and then pitched himself in and out of trouble in the 6th, getting around a single and a walk.
Stay in there, hold him down.
Over the outside edge, strike 1. One and 1 on Mazara. And now Blaine Boyer is up in the Royals pen. A couple of years ago, Mazara had a good rookie year. Led American League rookies in hits, total bases, runs, RBIs, tied for home runs. Michael Fulmer ended up winning Rookie of the Year that year for the Tigers. And then last year, in just his 2nd major league season, Mazara drove in over 100. He is 1 for 4 with that ground out to Torres. And now Jurickson Profar. 1 left.
What do you got? What do we got so far? Or
Now,
you? What do you
I'm
have?
thinking about Scott Service. And we still have Greg Holland. No swing. So far we've identified Mike Minor, Jeff Montgomery, Wade Davis, and Ricky Bottalico. We also could throw Roberto Hernandez in there. Joe Nelson. Eustakis. Nice play. 2 down. I'll let you pick, Hud.
No, so
Joe Nelson, Roberto Hernandez, Scott Service, or Greg Holland.
Yeah, I got 2 of the strikes, and you want me to get to strike out.
It's all right. Well, I mean,
You're giving me the K.
I don't feel strongly about any of the 4, so I'm not going to hang this on you at all.
All right. We just saw Greg Holland. I'm going to give Holland a little love.
Is it Greg Holland? It
ding,
is.
Ding, ding, ding.
See?
Sweet.
Have some faith in yourself.
Thanks, partner. I'm down a little bit, you know? That's the way the game can be, you know. You're good for a while, then you go, then you go bad for a while.
Well, I mean, that's what a good manager does. You know, they try and get their player to believe in themselves.
Partner, way to go. Way to help me out there. They're in trouble. We've got 2 in a row. Way to go, Monty. Way to make one of our trivia questions.
One and 1 on Joey Gallo. Holtzy, what did Chris Wilson do? Why was Chris Wilson? Chris Wilson had some sort of a starter and reliever statistic. That away, Monty. Look at Monty. Sitting there, arms folded, proud in the press box there.
He should dig himself.
He of 304 saves. That away, Monty.
No sweat, huh, Monty?
He's listening. See that earpiece on his right ear there? He can hear us. That was not a swing. 2-2 on Gallo, who has already struck out twice tonight. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking about with Chris Wilson. He had 1 save in 5 years.
Well, look,
and
it's been
14 wins in 5 years.
That's been a while.
Good guy, though. Really good guy. A little bit outside. One of those strikeouts for Gallo tonight was against Flynn in the 5th inning. And Bryan came on with a runner at 3rd and 1 out in the 5th. And the Rangers already leading by 3. And he struck out Gallo and Chirinos.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he gets Gallo again with a slider. Bryan Flynn with 2 2/3 scoreless innings. Bullpen is on a roll. Yankee Stadium, and this is a base hit for Justin Upton, and Cole Calhoun is going to run on Aaron Judge. Out.
Wow.
And he still has his left ankle attached to his left leg.
What a rocket throw. Perfect. On the money. Sanchez, there he is on a knee like Salvi. Okay? He's going to just get that rocket throw and got it. Good tag. He's out.
He's lucky he didn't hurt his leg.
Yeah, he could have. It could have been
Hard
yeah.
slide and it stopped. Chris Martin, big Chris Martin, will pitch the 8th inning. We had a game break earlier, and we showed you Mike Trout's 16th home run to tie for the major league lead, and now Mookie Betts has homered again for the Red Sox. He has 17.
Incredible. Okay, this is Chris Martin. You mentioned it. He's 6'8". Big guy. 220, 31 years old. 90 to 96 on our fastball. Nice slider. Kind of a cutter. Good downhill angle, obviously, at 6'8".
The Rangers have a roster full of pitchers who have just great stories of perseverance. Beginning with their starter last night, Austin Bibbins Dirks.
12-year minor leaguer.
Salvi almost got hit on the elbow. Well, Chris Martin is one of those stories. Spent some time in independent leagues. He spent some time in Japan. He was out of baseball for 3 years at one point. 1 ball, 1 strike. Drafted by the Tigers out of high school. Didn't sign. And then went to a community college here in Texas. And the Rockies drafted him. He did not sign. He went back to school and hurt himself. He wrecked his shoulder in 2007 and just figured his career was over. So he worked at a warehouse here at the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. He worked for UPS. He worked for Lowe's and gained 30 pounds. Falefa, nice play, and gets Salvador Perez. And then as the story goes, or the legend of Chris Martin goes, the employees were messing around in the warehouse and they got their gloves out. And someone said, "Hey, I heard you used to pitch. Let's see what you've got." And all of a sudden he was throwing and his arm didn't hurt. And he was throwing with pretty good velocity.
Nice.
So he thought, you know what, after 3 years, I'm going to give it another shot, and hooked on with an independent team. And then the Red Sox invited him to spring training in 2012, provided that he paid his own way to get to spring training.
Come on.
He made the Red Sox, got back into organized professional baseball, went to Japan for a couple of years, and then got to the big leagues. How about that story?
Good, way to go, partner. That was good. I read a little bit about it. The Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters.
And it's extra special that he's pitching for the Rangers because he was born here in Arlington and went to Arlington High School. And he's the first Rangers player ever born in Arlington and went to Arlington High School. There have been many who have been born here and played for the Rangers, or went to Arlington High School and played for the Rangers, but none both born and went to high school not far from here and then played for the Rangers.
Good for him. Wow. Isn't that something? Amazing.
To the right side and past the overshift. And Jorge Soler has his second hit tonight. So he has a long home run to left field and a ground ball base hit to right.
Yep, and I talked about how quick the infield is. You can see some extra reserves getting ready for Ned. But the infield, that hit right there had topspin on it, and it was able to get through it no problem.
So here's another local kid, Hunter Dozier from Denton, which is north of Arlington. And Hunter was a Texas Rangers fan. Joel was giving us some background information during the game last night. 2 out of 3 tonight with a single and a double.
Okay, he's on pace now, at least for a long ball. He's never hit one before. Let's go right here in your backyard. We talked about it last night. It's perfect time to get one. Plus, it would give him the lead. Excuse me, tie it up. Jump on one.
Just outside. 2-0. Two balls, 1 strike.
Slider had some downhill action, a little bit of downward break. Let's see if Dozier can get one lifted. Got his average over 200. Keep it there.
Fastball at 95. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got some pretty good giddy up. I bet those guys in that warehouse that they want to play catch with him probably hurt one of their hands or something. They went, man, what the heck are you doing? You can still throw. I'd like to talk to him about that journey.
These guys could trade some stories about Japan.
Yep.
And now at 96 with a fastball in, Martin gets a strikeout and they're 2 down.
He just humped up on Dozier. He came right after him. After getting 95 by him at the upper part of the zone, he just stayed with it. Good pitch. Has some good life to it.
Escobar is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts and a walk. That will be back into the crowd. And a nice crowd here tonight. They'll have fireworks after the game. We had 23,000 here last night. a much bigger crowd here tonight. $35,105 are here tonight. Rangers, in addition to having a record that's 12 games under 500, they have not played well at home. So they have disappointed the home crowd many nights. They have the 4th worst home record in the major leagues. Oh, and 2.
Esky putting some good swings on. He's having some success is Christopher Martin with that high heater. He has some options now ahead, 0-2.
Fastball at 94. So Martin strikes out 2. And it looks like Boyer will pitch the bottom of the 8th. Texas leads 6-4. Two-thirds scoreless with 3 strikeouts. So the Royals, having won the previous 3 games, and have gotten big contribution from the bullpen. Royals bullpen has allowed 1 earned run in the last 13 1/3 innings. So Flynn's job was to keep it close. He did. And now Boyer almost hit Chirinos on the knee. Chirinos is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored.
Well, you know, listening to Ned talk about his bullpen, even when they were struggling and trying to find themselves early, he's always had confidence in him. He likes the arms. He said just going to take it a little bit of time to kind of figure out who should go where. Sinker, slider, or Boyer's pitches. Just got to change up.
Two and one on Chirinos. The Royals struck first tonight. Mike Moustakas hit a 2-run home run in the first inning. Rangers got a run in the first. And then Texas tied the game in the 3rd. Jorge Soler homered in the 4th, and the Royals led 3-2. But then the Rangers got 2 in the 4th on a home run by Guzman and 2 more in the 5th on a home run from Mazzara.
But we were talking about the Rangers record when the opponent scores first at 3-23. I'm thinking, okay, we scored first. That's an automatic lock, those numbers. But it doesn't always work. And there's still time left.
You had pointed out that the Rangers only have 5 come from behind wins this year. That's the fewest in the major leagues.
I thought that was low.
Tempted, but he lays off the high fastball. 3-2.
It's pretty good velo for Boyer.
He's on with a leadoff walk, and that's the 2nd time he has walked tonight. Remember, tomorrow late afternoon is on FS1. That'll be Ian Kennedy against 45-year-old Bartolo Colon at 3:05. That's game 1 of a doubleheader. And then out to Yankee Stadium, where Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton take on Mike Trout and the Angels. That'll be at 6 o'clock Kansas City time. And then back here Sunday afternoon, Jason Hamill against Cole Hamels. Hamill against Hamels. Casey Carter, our producer, suggests that since we're off tomorrow with FS1 that I should spend the day practicing Hamels.
No, you're good,
Cole, Hamels, Jason Hamill.
I think he'll be just fine.
Dozier backhands. He'll take the sure out at first. Didn't like the throwing lane that he had down to second. One away.
Yeah, you're right, partner. Where he caught this, watch where he catches this. It's right in line, and from a knee, just take the sure out.
And now young Ronald Guzman, who's hit a 2-run home run, and he has homered in 4 of his last 5 games. He had homered once in his first 27 major league games, and now a home run in 4 of his last 5. .6'5", 225 pounds from the Dominican Republic. And he played Chewbacca in the Dominican version of Star Wars.
Yeah, he did. He looks the part too. Oh, watch it here.
He could. He's 6'5".
Big guy. Didn't we see the original guy that threw out the first pitch yesterday that played Chewbacca? Remember the big tall guy thing?
Yep. Two and two.
2-seam, 4-seam sinker. Slider curve change is what Blaine Boyer features. Low to mid 90s. We saw a 96 earlier. You know, a young guy in the league like this, he's not supposed to hit homers, though. They said he's not a home run hitter, but you know, he's got 6. Hit his 6th tonight. He's feeling the groove. Good makeup. Nice to hear. He's good at coachability. That means he takes instruction well. High baseball IQ. All those are good things that you want to hear of a young player, and there's a base hit.
That's going to roll all the way to the wall. And Guzman with those long strides is digging for 3. And he was able to stay on the bag. So he's driven in 3 tonight. And the Rangers are back out to a 3-run lead.
He's pretty tickled about that. Talked about the triples. That's the 16th triple that's been hit in this park this year. Going to the far part of the bag. Moose trying to get it on him in case he comes off. Look at that big man. Long strides.
Excellent positioning by the third base umpire Quinn Wolcott,
I'll say.
And now the infield is in for DeShields. A leadoff walk has turned into a run for Texas. A leadoff triple by DeShields back in the 3rd inning led to a run. He is 1 for 4. And now the squeeze is on. And the Rangers will get another run, and DeShields will get a base hit.
Well, they're in. It doesn't matter. He's a good bunter. It's perfectly placed. Boyer, nice athletic play. Trying to get him, but Guzman, not your typical first baseman as far as speed goes. He looks like he got down the line pretty well there.
Still only one out. A big night for Guzman. A 2-run home run, a triple with an RBI, and another run scored. Down and away to Shin-Soo Choo. He homered in the first inning against Eric Skoglund. And in typical Shin-Soo Choo fashion, he also has a couple of walks tonight. Two and 0. Three balls and no strikes. Kiner Falefa is on deck. Josh Diekman is loosening up in the Ranger bullpen, or Jake Diekman. Should know that. He played his college ball in Concordia, Kansas.
Oh, you did.
The Royals had an employee years ago named Josh Dykman. So
okay,
there you go, Josh. There's your shot.
That's right. It's a shout out.
And now Chu walks. And so 4 of 5 have reached against Boyer. He has walked 2. And now there are 2 on for Falefa. Tonight's copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Club. Falefa takes a strike. He is 1 for 4. Singled with 1 out in the 5th inning in front of Mazzara's home run that put the Rangers in front for the first time tonight. Out to Merrifield in right field. Witt gets behind it. No tag. 2 down. Salvi goes out to have a chat with Boyer before Mazzara comes to the plate. This also gives the Royals bullpen a little more time to catch up if Mazzara reaches. Thinking that Boyer might be running out of gas and is down to his last batter here in the 8th inning.
Better be careful here. Unusual batting stance. Open like that.
Got to the big leagues a couple of years ago as a 20-year-old. And had 3 hits and a home run in his major league debut.
I remember, what a splash.
Youngest player in major league history to have 3 hits and a home run in his big league debut. Two balls and 1 strike.
Interesting to see his, talking about his stance. Remember, we just saw Stanton with the Yankees. He was totally closed, exact opposite.
You don't see hardly anybody today with a slightly closed stance, let alone one like Stanton has.
Right.
That reminded me of Dan Ford. Remember Dan Ford?
Yeah.
With that.
I've seen that. Rick Dempsey, taking you back a few years.
Okay.
He had a stance like that. Jack Clark, a couple guys back in the day closed off like that. Let's take a look at his home run here. Now, just because you start open like that, see, he's going to load up his hips with his flamingo kick. And that's a little short step. He's still stepping towards the pitcher, towards the ball. But being open like that, see how his 2 eyes are looking right at the pitcher. He's not looking across the bridge of his nose like a Stanton would, closed like that.
And I believe, and it's, gosh, it's been 15 or 20 years now, but when players, we saw so many players going to an open stance, that the thinking was the hitter could get closer to the plate, but by opening up his front foot, they'd be able to handle both the inside part of the plate and the outside part of the plate. Deep to left field again. This one is playable for John Jay, and that's the inning. But the Rangers add 2 and make it a 4-run game.
When this one is over, we'll talk about it on Boulevard Royals Live. Joel Goldberg alongside of Royals Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery coming up after the game. And a lot of home runs in this contest, and for the Rangers, 25 total bases on their 10 hits. So they have been hitting the extra base hits all night long. We'll talk about that. Plus a good outing from Brian Flynn as he tried to keep this one close. We'll hear from Ned Yost. Get you ready for tomorrow and Sunday's game, and much more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Brian?
Thank you, Joel. So here is Jake Diekman, who grew up in Wymore, Nebraska, southeast Nebraska, about 10 miles from the Kansas border. And he grew up admiring Alex Gordon after Nebraska went to the College World Series in 2005. And I mentioned as he was warming up last inning that he played his college ball in Concordia, Kansas at Cloud County Community College. And actually he was all prepared to transfer to Nebraska, and then was selected by the Phillies in 07 in the 30th round.
Yeah. He's got a nice arm. This year he's doing a good job. 212 opponent average, 22 strikeouts in 17 innings. Got a good fastball. It's hard sinking fastball, breaking ball. Slider, curve.
It'll be Almonte, Torres, and Jay. 96 with that fastball.
Good stuff.
One down in the 9th inning. And we were talking about all the stories of perseverance among the Rangers pitcher. Well, Diekman has one. He was diagnosed with Crohn's disease when he was 11 years old. He has a tattoo which shows some of his personality and his attitude. It says, "Gut it out."
I guess pun intended.
Yep. And then a couple of off seasons ago, he had his colon removed. Got to a point where he had to have that very serious surgery, but has found a way to get back to the big leagues.
Good for him.
having a pretty good inning here, striking out Almonte and Torres. And there are 2 down. So if somebody from one of the local newspapers said, I want you to go out and do a feel-good story about one of the Rangers pitchers, take your pick.
Wow, no doubt.
Two down to John Jay. $35,105 are here tonight. They'll have Friday night fireworks, just like at Kauffman Stadium. And now it's 2-0 on John Jay. Diekman, after making that comeback following the colon surgery last year, was the Hutch winner, one of the awards every year given to a major leaguer displaying perseverance and character. The Hutch Award says, quote, best exemplifies the fighting spirit and competitive desire of a former major leaguer Fred Hutchinson. Alex Gordon won that award several years ago.
It's awesome. Any kind of big award like that, something to be proud of. Oh.
3 pitches that were inside on John Jay, and he'll walk with 2 down. George Brett has won the Hutch Award. Dennis Leonard, Mike Sweeney, Mark Teahan, Billy Butler, and Alex Gordon. Fouled back by Whit Merrifield. Whit is 1 for 4 with a double. Oh, and 2. Boy, he's a handful.
He is. He's got all kinds of movement. Mid-90s fastball, slider change. Fans are getting into it.
He has a lot of strikeouts and a lot of walks. And that's what we've seen in this inning. 2 strikeouts and 1 walk. So Diekman has pitched 17 2/3 innings. He has struck out 24 and walked 15. That's a lot of standing around for the defense. 1 and 2. .97 miles an hour. Diekman has been clocked at 100 in his career. Line into left center field. Merrifield has 2 hits tonight. John Jay will go to third. And the Royals need another base runner to get the tying run to the plate.
Good swing. Kept his hands inside, rifled it. Let's check him out here. Hey, that's down. Ooh, man, that's dropping the head of that bat right on it.
So, with the tying run on deck, it becomes a save situation. So Diekman started strong. He struck out 2, but allowed a walk and a single. Nobody on, and the Royals get a walk and a single. So Keone Kela comes on for his 11th save. He's 10 out of 10 so far this year. Never had more than 2 before this year. 96 is in the dirt. Ball 1 to Mike Moustakas.
He's got a lively fastball, but has had issues against lefties. 2 home runs allowed, 357, high average here. But closing situation, your manager's going to go to you because he has confidence in you.
Mike Moustakas hit a 2-run home run in the first inning. He is 1 for 4.
Keller throws hard.
Witt takes off for second base. The Rangers will allow him to do so. They were not holding him at first.
Look for the mid-90s heater, power curve, some changeups occasionally. Look for that heater.
Three 3-0. Kella's 1 pitch away from bringing the tying run to the plate. The bases are loaded, and here comes Salvador Perez. And Salvi already has a grand slam this year. We take you back to Camden Yards, and this was on his birthday. Going to the opposite field. That was against Dylan Bundy. And remember, the Royals scored 6 runs in that first inning before Bundy could record an out.
Well, you let Keller supply the power. You don't have to overswing on him with that mid-90s fastball. So look him in the middle. He's probably coming in their first pitch. Salvi's made 2 outs tonight on first pitch swings. He likes him early because he's guaranteed a heater pretty much.
Salvi has faced this pitcher 1 time before tonight, and he hit a home run.
Really? Oh man. Well, he started him off there with a slider, a power curve. 82.
Two 2-0. So on one hand, you could look at this and say, well, this would be an easy save. All he has to do is come in and get 1 out. Or, you know, some guys don't want to come right in the middle of an inning.
Yeah, and walk the first guy you face. Now you know, he knows Salvi has hit a home run off him.
2-1. So that's his first strike.
He wants a straight one.
Three and 1. Jorge Soler is on deck.
It's not like Salvi to take like this, but he needs to be in hitter's mode right here. Hitters count. 3-1. Be ready.
And he hits it to center field, but playable for DeShields. Boy, he got a good pitch. He put a good swing on it, but didn't quite get it. So the Royals make it difficult in the 9th inning with 2 outs and nobody on. The Royals get 2 walks and a single. They get Salvador Perez to the plate, but the Royals leave the bases loaded in the 9th. So the Rangers even the series. Final score tonight, Texas 8 and the Royals 4.
Oh man, I'll tell you, that's the one he wanted. Right down the middle.